Hey, are you seeing this? Is that a camera crew? I'm already mad at John for other stuff that he's been doing, but he let another camera crew in here. Let me get to work, okay? My name is Ira Cross, and this is First Mic, where their camera's bigger than ours, too. Anyways, I'm Ira Cross, First Mic, and it's a big camera. Look at that thing. Don't ignore his camera. My name's Ira Cross. This is First Mic, where we talk to comics about their first time on stage. Today up, we got Jarrel Beaman. He's an awesome Dayton comic. He wouldn't do this to us. John! Thank you all for watching. Like you just heard, we have the wonderful, amazing Jarrel Beaman. This man took his time to come up here in the snow in March, by the way. It's March. I know this is coming out in April, but this man came in the snow from Dayton, so we gotta definitely make this worth his time. So, dude, thank you so much again for doing this.
Thanks for having me, bruh. I appreciate it,
For
man.
sure. First question I ask everybody, what made you get into comedy? What do you love about comedy?
Ah, man, that's a loaded question for me, man. That's very loaded. I don't know. I just always loved making people laugh. You know, I love laughing.
Yep.
But the very specific reason why I got into it, man, I got in trouble as a kid for being funny, man. I get in trouble. I get in trouble a lot.
Class clown type shit.
Not even class clown, just saying and doing shit I had no business doing, you know?
Word.
Like, it was my parents' anniversary, and I was like 10.
Okay.
And I asked my mom, like, I was like, yo, so what you doing special for the anniversary? She was like, I don't know, probably go get some dinner or something. I was like, are you going to give dad a blowjob? She was like, what? I was like, what's the big deal? It's just a blowjob. Why are you getting so mad?
Y'all don't do that?
Dude, they were furious. I didn't
hilarious.
know what it meant.
Oh,
It's just a funny word to me. I thought it meant blowing a kiss or something. They were furious.
That's hilarious. That makes it even more funny.
Yeah, they punished me. I couldn't watch nothing. But I had a little iPod that they gave me a few years ago that I never used, and I was just sneaking my shows on there I liked, and I found stand-up on there by sneaking in, and that's became my fixation, man. I obsessed over it since I was 10 years old.
I love that, yeah. No, so here's my question about that, though. Was it just like audio stuff, or was it video stuff, too, in terms of the comedy?
Both.
So
yeah.
do you have Comedy Central Presents? Because that was everything.
Dude, I had everything.
Yeah.
I literally had everything. The Comedy Central Presents. I was watching, Def Jam.
Yeah.
Comic View. I was listening to old albums. Like I was listening to the Richard Pryor albums.
Classic.
Bill Cosby albums. Steve Martin. I was even watching comics I didn't even think were really funny. I was just watching how they did it. Like I was watching Bob Hope.
No, that's
fucking, seeing their
classic.
timing.
Yeah. I
was like a whole nerd about it, dude. I had like a whole collection. Dude. I got real Rain Man about it. Real.
But see, that makes sense though with like the way that I've seen you do your thing, just watching you just from afar on social media, and then also seeing you do shows here and there. That makes sense because that translates the ability that the time you put in studying translates into what you've been doing. So I mean, I get that hits for me. Now I already said this, and everybody should know this because you heard me if you were paying attention. But you're based out of Dayton.
Dayton, Ohio, yeah.
So obviously I'm sure you do shows in Dayton, but you do a lot of stuff here in Columbus. Like you even said it yourself before we started, this is second home.
Oh yeah, Columbus is like the second home, man. For real, bro.
So what makes Columbus feel like a second comedy home, essentially?
I think it's because I gotta shout them out. That the Attic is a big part of that Attic Comedy Club.
Yep.
It was one of the first clubs that really embraced me as a new comic to basically come in and do time whenever I wanted to do time. They put my face on the wall when I headlined. First club to let me headline a one-nighter.
There you go.
Actually. And just the community's always embraced me, man. They always show me love on all sides of the scene.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of talent here.
Yep.
That gets slept on.
Yep.
And I always show them love. You know, I book a lot of shows. I show Columbus comedians that put in the work and that are funny love. So it's always going to be a second home to me. And if anybody ever got anything bad to say about Columbus, fuck them. I said it.
Damn. You heard it. You heard it from here. So that is honestly a big reason why I wanted to have you on, because for a while I was like, is he from Columbus? And then I started, for real.
People do wonder.
I'm sure, as they should, because like the love that you give and the time you spend here and the things you put in, it makes a lot of sense. And you brought up a good point that we totally agree with. There's so much talent here that people don't see. And that's one of the reasons we started this show, is to give people that exposure of like, yeah, this person you haven't heard of, hilarious. Go watch their stuff. Go follow them. When they have a show, go check it out. So we definitely feel the same exact way about Columbus Comics for sure. Do you have any shows coming up like after this, which it's April 2nd. So after April 2nd, do you have any shows coming up in Columbus that you can think of?
Man,
or you can look at?
In Columbus, probably nothing till May, to be honest. Because, dude, April, May. I'm all over the place.
This man does travel. Like, one of the things you did say you were going to be in, you said New Albany.
Yeah, I'm in New Albany.
Not Ohio.
No, I'm tripping. It's called Albany, New York, not New Albany.
It's
I'm
old
tripping.
Albany. It's old Albany.
Yeah, the old Albany.
Old-ass Albany. New York. No, not New York. Albany, New York. So you're going to be there in April. You're going to be some other spots for sure.
Actually, May 22nd, I'm going to be in Pinkerton, Ohio. I guess that's close to here.
Relatively close. Yeah, if you live in Columbus, you can get to Pinkerton. So that's not far.
Yeah, mess with it.
Yeah, there you go. You said May 22nd?
May 22nd. Next Stop Comedy.
There it is.
They put on shows. Man, I'm going to be there. Check me out. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, that'll definitely be solid. We'll see if we can make that. But May 22nd, Next Stop Comedy, Jarrel Beaman. Love that. So, yeah, and anything else that's coming up, man, we'll definitely try to make sure we shout you out in our social media and stuff, too, because we celebrate comics. That's what we do.
Yeah, bro. It's culture.
For sure. That's how you do it. And it just makes sense to spread the love. And I love that you had already mentioned, like, one, when you come here, you get love, and so you give it back. You bring comics down to Dayton for different shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, I bring them all around where I can, man. I book in the tri-state area stuff, so Columbus, man, they good with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. No, I love that. I mean, it's just, like I said, that's why we started doing this show, is to spread the love for comedy and comics and give people their due. It just makes sense. I don't understand doing anything different, So this is the question for the entire show. Tell us about the first time you got on stage, your first mic, whether it's your first open mic, whether it's your first headline mic, whatever you feel like telling us about. Are we? No buts. But you should probably follow us and subscribe and comment and like all the positive things you do on social media. You can say something mean too. That's just more engagement.
First time I ever got on stage, I was actually 16.
Word.
In high school.
Okay.
And it was for my school talent show.
Word.
Yeah, which I highly do not advise anyone to make that their first time. Like, do not do that. It's not a smart decision.
Why?
If you look at it on paper, I mean, you're in front of everybody.
Yes.
Bruh.
Yes.
Like, if it goes bad,
it's gonna go bad.
Especially in your senior year, you still got time. You still got time, man, where they remember.
Yes, and they're not gonna forget.
No, they
won't let you forget.
Yeah, I was 16, man. Well, I remember because in middle school, I was always, really elementary and middle school, I was known as the funny kid. Everybody always like, he's funny.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do stand-up. I had the opportunity to do a talent show back then, but I was like, man, I don't want to be, I got to go raw, man. They want me to clean it up.
Oh.
I didn't want to do it. But then my boy did, in high school, he won third place. He won like $100. And I was like, shoot, man, I can get that money, man.
At 16 back then?
I enter it. And I was like, I'll just clean up the set,
right.
Clean it up. But it was usually the talent show was like the lame thing to do in school.
Right.
Like no kids would pull up to watch it. It'd just be really parents. But when people heard I was doing it, everybody started saying, we're going to the talent show. We're going to go. Even kids that didn't know me like that are like, they're doing comedy at the talent show. We got to go. So it was like 300 kids.
Damn.
And then parents, faculty, teachers, all there. And before I go up, this really cute girl who was like head of the cheerleading squad, all that, right? She comes up to me and she's like, hey, Jarrel. I'm looking like, what the hell is she doing here? You're cool.
Why would you come to this?
Why are you at the talent show? She says to me, like, I'm only here because of you, so you better be good. I was like, what?
Nope. Instant fail.
But went up there, man. And this is the only time still in my whole comedy career, my heart was racing crazy before I went up. It was racing. But then right when I get up on stage and touch the microphone, just all went away.
That's what's up.
I started ripping it.
Good.
Started ripping it. I won money. I forget what place I even won. I think it was like second.
You won money.
But I won money. I went way over my time though.
How much time were they supposed to give you?
I was supposed to do 3 minutes. I did like 9.
Oh, but you was killing, so what does it matter?
Killing, though,
so what does it matter? Like, that's probably the best part of the whole talent show anyway.
But everyone did say it was.
There you go.
But that's where it started, man. Talent show in school.
Yeah. So that was like, that was your first open mic then?
Yeah, first open mic was 300 people.
That's crazy.
Technically.
And it had the chance to fail.
Oh, catastrophically. Yeah, this is material that's never been tested.
Right.
In front of them.
I didn't even think of that part because I'm like, yeah, he's cool. Man, so then this is the question. So you obviously had your material together for the most part, and I'm sure some of it was like a little bit of crowd work and improv added in. Yeah. But like, how did you practice your stuff then beforehand? Because you didn't do an open mic.
Well, it was a story I told.
Gotcha.
It was a story that I knew people always laugh when I told it.
Got it.
Because like back in school, like I wanted to do stand up when I was 10.
Sure.
Off the rip. I'm like, as soon as and the special that did it for me was Eddie Murphy Raw. When I saw that special,
classic.
I was like, man, I want to do that.
Yep.
So as soon as I knew that I wanted to do it, I would just think in bits all the time. So when I would go to school, I was the type of kid, they'd be like, if something happened, like if a fight happened, they'd be like, man, let Jarrel tell you what happened.
I love
Even
that.
if I wasn't there. But I heard somebody else say it, and now I'm retelling it in a way where they're like, yo, that's funny.
Yeah.
So I was always good at telling stories. Even before I wanted to do stand-up, I was kind of, even in my act now, I'm kind of a storyteller.
Yeah.
So all the stuff it was stories, man. I didn't know how to write no jokes at first. It took me time to study and figure that out.
Yes. Yeah. But that's crazy. So like you telling, so here's the thing though, without you realizing it, you were battle testing in open mics, but it was just random people you were telling
in classrooms,
in
cafeteria,
so you were.
which I sort of was. I was like, I looked up how to be a stand-up.
Right.
And so you got to go to a comedy club. And then I looked up how old you needed to be. I was like, damn,
can't do that.
I'm too young. So I was like, we got to go into school and try it. Just try this stuff out. 'Cause I was shy. I was always funny in my friends and family, but I was shy. But that forced me to kind of get out and talk to people.
Right.
And practice, like you were saying, in a way, practice.
Yeah. I mean, that's lunchroom. You said classroom, study
back
hall,
of the
back of the bus.
Yeah, I just started, and everybody was like, he's funny.
Yep.
This kid's funny. They would tap me, bro. Actually, I started getting paid to do it in school.
That's what's up.
A bunch of people would keep asking me, like, hey, man, tell that story. I'll be like, man, I'm just trying to relax, man. And I would joke, like, I'll do it if you give me some money. And they'd be like, here's $1. And I'm like, what?
Bet.
I get like $1, $2.
That's what's up. I ain't mad at that. That's what you got to do, though. I mean, and the thing is, you realized early on that it was something you loved, like when you were a kid, and then you realized how you could take stories, even ones you didn't even know.
Yeah,
and
just retelling.
So you just retelling story. I'm gonna tell your story better than you. Better than you, and everybody gonna love it. And I'm gonna get paid $1 for it, so I'm getting paid. I'm a professional already. So no, that's a hell of a story. That's a great open first mic. That's great.
The craziest fever dream of it is technically during recess one time, bro. I was like 10.
Okay.
I'm telling a story to one guy. It's about our principal. I'm making fun of her and stuff. I'm making sure I'm looking over my shoulder. She's not here.
She's not here.
But I'm clowning, and then he's like, gets his boy, hey, good, tell that story. And then calls his other dude, hey, tell that story.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got 14 kids circled around me during recess. I'm low key doing like a performance.
You doing a set
for a circle of. So even before the talent show, it's like I was doing it a little bit
Yeah.
before I got there.
I wonder how many like really big comics have gone through that process without realizing it. You know what I mean? Like everybody's like, yeah, I was really funny as a kid, but like it almost feels like you. I don't want to say you did it on purpose, but you were cultivating it.
I was cultivating.
You're like, no, I was doing that on purpose.
Because I was like, man, I can't be at the club. I gotta be funny.
Yeah. And you got your hours in, you got your work in, and you still do it. So that's dope, man. I love that. Looking at all the things that you've done from when you were a kid, being on the iPod, and then fast forward to now, you being on, well, we got to pause real quick. I'm going to go ahead and make this man tell this story. Not even the story, but just talk about this. Fast forward to now with you having recently been on Kill Tony.
Yeah, just
so tell us about that before I get to this last question.
Man, that was dope, man. I signed up already like 5 different times for the show. So this time when I signed up, man, like every other time when I signed up, I'm going over my minute over and over in my head. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna say on the interview with this time, man. I'm just chilling. I'm on my phone going through TikTok, just like, I'm not gonna get picked anyway. And then I hear like, Jarrel Beaman, you're on Kill Tony. I was like, oh damn.
Like, wait, what?
So I had to get it ready, man. So what I did on the show, I just pulled it out. Like, all right, we're just gonna have to do this. Wow. Now that's on me. I wasn't really all that prepared. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna get picked, bro. I done signed up 5 different times. But I went out that minute. You step on that Mothership stage, and it's packed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can feel the energy of the judgment.
Yeah.
The judgment of them like, now make us laugh.
Right.
And I done performed at a lot of high stakes situations. I done performed at the Apollo Theater. Yeah. I done performed in different big gigs, but that, I'm not gonna lie, that was high pressure.
More than Apollo?
Yeah, bro.
That's
more
crazy.
Than Apollo. I'm being real, man.
I mean, I respect it, but
I was like, dang. But this is like, you gotta think. Apollo, you could get booed at any second. Right. But that's those people there.
Yeah.
This is millions of people all across the world. Yeah. So I was kind of like, damn, but it hit that minute. Smash. I got a huge applause break at the right when you want that applause break, that last line. Yeah. And then the interview went smooth. But I'm not gonna lie, it was all so new to me. I was taken aback because Tony and them were being very nice. I thought it was gonna be some like roasting or mean stuff back, but he was like, well, you're very talented. Like,
you were like,
I was like,
are you setting me up?
Yeah, I was like, where's the trick? I'm looking over my shoulder someone comes behind me, right? And starts calling me like stupid or something, right? I thought it was going to be, but no. Yeah. They was cool. They showed me love and respect, and I shot it out Dayton, Ohio specifically. But just the scene up here in general, man. And while I was down there in the city making my rounds, people like, yo, man, Ohio be having some funny comics. Come down here. Shout out, my little homie, Layla Ingalls. She went down there and made her splash. And, what's crazy is like she always says to me, I'm like a comedy mentor to her, but I'm younger than her.
Right.
But done gave her game, but she put me on the game of like, yo, go on that show, you'll do good.
Exactly.
And she was right, man. You go on there and you prepare it. They'll show you respect as a comic. Yeah. And they'll let you get your shine. And, I had my moment, man. And I'm blessed that I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity.
That's what's up. And you were saying this, and as you were saying it, I was like, come on, man. But you were saying how you were like, yeah, I wasn't prepared. Yes, you were. Like, we just talked about the whole journey you took to get to that point. You were prepared. I think what it is like what I'm finding more and more, and not just in comedy, but with comedy and acting and just so many like performance-based things, when you kind of like let go, not be unprepared, not be like uncaring, and when you just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this thing. But when it happens, things work out for you. You get on the show and you do your thing. You get the leading role of whatever that might be of the movie and stuff. But then when you go in like tight, people can feel that. When you go in desperate, people, not that you were being desperate, but when you go in desperate, people feel that, and it's not the same. Yeah,
because you're right. When you go in kind of, I know I'm ready. And it's a certain lax that you have. Yes. And it is a great experience, man. I'm really ready to get back in the mix on it, man. Because now I know. Yes. That's the thing. It's all out. I know how it works. I know how I'm standing up there. I know the dynamic. And it was dope, bro. It was a great time.
That's dope. So, like I was building up to my question, but I couldn't let you not talk about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got to shout it out.
We got to. But the question I was building up to is from when you were a kid on that iPod up until doing Kill Tony, you got a lot of experience. What advice would you give either somebody who's brand new to comedy or somebody still listening and looking at stuff on their iPod interested in doing comedy?
I got 2 pieces of advice. The first piece is, you got to be a student of it, not a fan. You start off as a fan, but if you really want to do it, you got to be a student of it. It kills me talking to comics sometimes when they're like, oh my God, they'll talk about guys, oh my God, Shane Gillis, Andrew Schultz, the guys that are funny. They'll hype them up and stuff, but I'd be like, okay, but like why and how are they funny?
Yeah.
Like, do you actually look deeper than just, I laughed, I had a good time watching it? And then also, if you wanting to be in the stand-up, study stand-up.
Yeah.
If you like people for podcasts or skits or movies, that's cool.
Right.
That's all funny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't give me your top 5 favorite comic lists and you can't name me none of their specials or bits, bro.
Yeah.
Study the craft, study what you like, and study comics that you don't even particularly find funny. Figure out what works with them. Mm-hmm. Like I told you, I didn't think Bob Hope was even funny as a kid, but his cadence and timing was impeccable. I would notice that as a kid. He had a rhythm to how he talked that just made it funny. Yeah. Even though the jokes to me were corny. I'm like, this dude's good at the craft. Yeah. There were other comics too. Like I would study Jeff Foxworthy. Mm-hmm. I would study Steve Martin. Yeah. Martin Lawrence, who I think is hilarious. So many things I picked up from him. I bet. And then you pick up watching comedians live. Yeah. Not just the famous guys, but, people that you see in the mix that are just regular people. You see them at Walmart, you just think he's buying some, lettuce. But nah, that dude was in front of, 500 people last weekend. Right. You don't even know. I would study a lot of that. So study. Find you some comics. And study what was wrong, too. If you knew at open mic night, watch everybody. Yeah. Don't just be outside smoking and clowning, especially when you knew. Yeah. They see seasoned comics outside clowning. Well, they earned to get to that point. You need to be in there watching. Yeah. Every night at my home club at Wiley's, I watched everybody. I watched Sunday open mic, Friday professional, Saturday professional. Open mic, I learned what not to do. Professional weekend, I will learn what to do. Yeah. And sometimes what not to do as well. Right. You watch everything. So study. That's what I'm going to say. Be a student. And then the second little tidbit is don't be afraid to fail. Don't let perfection get in the way of being good. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you want it to be absolutely perfect. Right. But hey, you did good, and good's better than. That's why aim for perfection is fine, but if you're so scared of not being perfect that you're not going to try, you're never going to be a good stand-up, and you're never going to be successful in most things in life. Right. So fail, embrace it. Yeah. Yeah. Because I done embrace. Man, oh boy, I done embrace some fails.
One of the big reasons we even started this show is because everybody has some interesting story about their first mic, and sometimes it's a bomb, and those are spectacular stories to tell.
Best stories.
It's a great thing to reflect on because everybody's grown from bombing in some way as a stand-up. And if you didn't, then honestly, and I'm not a stand-up. I don't know if you didn't know that, but I'm not a comic. I just feel like every comic I've seen that can bomb and move forward, they something different about them.
Stronger.
They get stronger.
Like, have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z? Yeah. Right? The Saiyans, right? When they fight, they get that, they call it the Zenkai boost when they survive the fight. Yep. We get stronger. And when we hit near death as comedians.
Exactly. And you can't do that if you don't bomb, that won't happen. Yeah.
Think about it. If you never took an L in the fight, you never get your Zenkai boost.
Nah. See, shout out to the comics that know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Shout out to the anime watchers.
Exactly. And matter of fact, specifically, shout out Stephen Hobson, because I know
he would know.
He watching this right now, like, yes. Like before you even said it, he was like, I know he gonna say it. No, for real. I think that's a big point, and I think the more at bats you take, so to speak, then you're going to have more success because you're going to give yourself more chances. The more times you swing and miss, the more times you have more chances to knock it out of the park. It's a simple numbers game, and sometimes people are afraid to play that game because they're afraid of failing. We were talking about this before you got here. Like, so many people are afraid to like put something out there because they're afraid of being judged, or they're afraid of it not being perfect, like you were saying. All these different things. So no, all that's important. All right, so we got rapid fire, which is not rapid fire. So for those that have been watching and paying attention to all the episodes so far, thank you. Number one, my mom don't even watch all of them. For real, it's messed up.
Damn.
She gonna catch up now,
Mama
though.
Dukes, you gonna catch up. We'll make a playlist for you.
Listen, man. And she watch YouTube. That's what make me mad. Be like, Mom, you watched the last episode? Damn, I forgot. Sheila.
Oh, you said already in the playlist.
They are in the playlist. Like, when we get in, I'll show you the playlist on YouTube. She has no excuse. Either way, we got to get her on the show eventually because it'll just be too funny. But for those that have been watching the show and keeping up with it, Mom, this is something new that we're trying out, rapid fire. And I call it rapid fire. It's not rapid fire. It's just me asking questions, giving you a chance to go through and share some thoughts. So first question, I know you're not a Columbus comic, but you pretty much are, let's be honest. It's your second home. Who, aside from yourself, is probably your favorite Columbus comic, or the first person that comes to mind as somebody you really respect?
I got mad respect and admiration for Keith Bender.
Okay.
Out of here in Columbus, bro. He's more of a OG. He been doing it probably like over 30 years.
Oh, wow.
But Keith was one of the first comics I saw that I was like, damn, that's how you do it.
Yeah,
on
that's
stage.
Dope.
Funny Bone Regular does all the cruise lines, man. I wish he came out more in the mix. Yeah. But, he's always traveling all over. But sure. Dude, he's a beast. And then behind him, I gotta just do two. I gotta shout in the mix. Sure. Shout out Neff Johnson.
Yeah,
it's the homie, man.
Yeah. That's the Attic connection.
Oh yeah, the Attic. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. I like how he's a streamline of consciousness in his set. I really admire that he leans into what he wants to talk about on stage. Yeah, So yeah, them the two of my favorites out of the scene.
No, I love that. All right, favorite comic just in general.
In general, like of all time?
Of all time. I mean, you don't have to think Mount Rushmore type energy.
I'd definitely say Richard Pryor's my favorite.
It's too easy to pick him, and I ain't mad at you for it.
Yeah, and I know that's the old school typical answer, but not Richard Pryor.
But I mean, how do you beat him? I mean, I ain't mad at that. Favorite open mic that you have, either here in Columbus or in Dayton?
I'll Carmichael's Pub in Dayton's probably my favorite. It's
Shout out Carmichael's.
It's a grimy dive bar on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Where you feel like when you walk in the building, it feels like your credit score is going down as you're walking in. But it's a great real place to try out real material. Shout out Jeff Allen and Caleb Lee who run it. Word. And for Columbus, man, shout out Sister Lou's Wednesday. For real. Attic Mike. Great room.
It's a tight ship,
and
too, man.
And then great Wednesday Mike. Yeah. Always has people.
Yeah. So. And she's been on here, too, by the way. So So you join in the ranks of her when it comes to this show. I'm skipping a couple questions because it's starting to snow and I want to get this man out of here safely. So could you do an hour special successfully? Yes or no?
Yes, I could. I'm actually doing a half-hour special.
Okay.
May 1st at Bricky's Comedy Club.
Okay.
In Dayton, Ohio. And so, people's check. I know this is based in Columbus, where people show love. Come out to that. That's gonna be a good time. Produced by 4x3 Productions. It's gonna be a good time.
You said May 1st.
May 1st.
May 1st, Bricky's. There it is. That's a Friday. Hey, there's nothing to do in Ohio. Lies. There you go. So 30-minute special coming up, but you could do an hour.
I could
love
do
that.
An hour.
All right, bet. What's the best way that you feel like you deal with hecklers?
Best way that I deal with hecklers typically, and this isn't the fun answer, but I mostly ignore them.
Fair.
But the way I ignore them isn't by just letting them take it all over. Most heckles, they either think they're helping or they just want attention. So what I'll do is if I got somebody in the corner here that's just turning up, trying to tag stuff to be funny.
Yeah.
I purposely don't give them any eye contact, and it just kills them when you're not looking at them.
Yeah,
especially because what you don't, especially if you're in a big room like Funny Bone or something or Improv.
Yep.
Let's say it's like 300 people in there. If this person's yelling here, most people in the back and the side corners and everything didn't even hear what he said. So when you don't acknowledge it, and it's not getting a laugh, they usually just police themselves. They stop.
Right.
Now, the way I'll deal with a heckle if they're purposely being malicious and like directly trying to interrupt my stuff is I'll make them feel really bad. Like,
word.
Not even just roasting. I'll just make them feel really bad. Like I'll just, it's almost like substitute teacher.
I was about
like,
to say.
It's like, come on, man. It's
Like,
like
you
people
better than
done
this.
paid they money. Not only are you ruining your time, look,
Yo.
man. And then people are looking like, shut up.
That's disappointed dad
Just
energy.
stop. Stop talking. Stop it. They're being malicious. Now, if it's like they're drunk, yelling, they're kind of funny, we'll tag it, we'll have fun with it. But if you're really trying to be like a jerk, which doesn't happen to me a lot, because I'm pretty likable on stage, people don't. But it's happened a few times, and I done made them feel bad. And they come up to me after, like, I'm sorry.
When hecklers apologize after the show is always funny to me. I'm like, why you do it then? Like, were you that drunk?
Stand on it.
Come on, like, just be with it. All right, so last 3 questions.
What's up?
Least favorite social media that you use or don't use?
Least favorite would probably have to be Snapchat.
That's fair. Because
Snapchat used to be the vibe in school, but it's like it feels like no one's on there anymore.
Yeah, where's it for now?
I don't do streaks anymore. It's just there. Maybe I text people here and there on there, but then most of the text is like, hey man, here's my number. I don't do
text me later.
Snapchat anymore.
Yeah. I ain't on Snapchat right now. Hit me up on this. Okay, then favorite social media.
Instagram. Love Instagram.
Yeah.
You get and that's what kills Snapchat now that I think about it. Every other platform got stories. I feel bad because they
had it.
Trailblazed it, and then everyone stole it.
They debuted that thing.
They debuted it hard because but it's still their fault that they suck because everybody stole the TikTok kind of format of the reel, but they're still afloat. So Snapchat just sucks. But sorry, we're over Snapchat. Instagram, I love. You get the best of everything. I feel like in Instagram. And you know what? Honorable mention, Reddit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Reddit guy. I like Reddit.
Me and Brandon were talking about Reddit yesterday. So like, be on the lookout for us to get on Reddit soon, causing some problems in the best way. We just got to figure out what we want to do, how we want to do it. Yeah, respect to Reddit. Respect to Reddit. And then the last thing I'm gonna say is, or ask you rather, is where can people find you? Obviously, you said Instagram, but like, how do they find you?
On all platforms, if you type Jarrel's _comedy, JERRELS
Love it.
You'll find me on everything, man. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I'm mostly active on Instagram and TikTok. Facebook as well, but Instagram and TikTok are the main ones. But get with me, man. I post content as well.
You do.
You know, I'm a content creator. You know, my stuff be funny from what I'm told.
Yep, I agree.
Show up.
I honestly, you know what's funny is I didn't even notice that you did. I didn't know you did content like that until like we started doing more of the comedy stuff with the Independent Comedy Collective, and I was like, oh, like I knew you're funny on stage, and then I was like, oh, I like his content too. This is nice.
Yeah, thank you, man. I remember when you show love on one of the joints. So I was like, thank you.
I was like, okay. So, well, dude, thank you so much for being on. Thank you for coming up from Dayton. Thank you for braving the snow because it's snowing in March.
Yeah, Ohio.
That's what we got to deal with, and we'll be fine, I guess. But thank you so much for that. Thank you all for watching and listening. If you're on the podcast, if you're not watching, you should be listening. If you're listening, you should be watching. Do both. Shout out. I didn't forget this time. Shout out to Rehab Tavern. Rehab Tavern houses us, loves us, takes care of us, gets us drunk. Not for free. We got to pay for it, but it's cheap, so it's fine. fine. But Rehab Tavern, if you have not been here, you need to come through here and check this place out. It's always a good time, always good energy. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out the next episode. It's coming out soon. Dude, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Great time.
That's it, man.
Thank you.
Sweet. Brandon, how did I do?
Great.
He said great. I know that doesn't mean what great. He gonna yell at me later like a dad. Nah, man, I appreciate it. This is good stuff, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. You mind if I get a picture with you?
I was about to say, we're about to do a picture.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So, no. We could do yours too. We'll post it.
Okay, cool.
For sure. Yeah, we can definitely do both. Yeah,
I'll handle my phone after it gets on.